Hi, grade 1. Today's math lesson is about writing numbers to 1000. Let's get started. But before we start the new lesson, let's revise what did we learn in the previous lessons. That's what we should do all the time. So let's go and revise. What did we learn from lesson 1 and lesson 2? We know that our number system is based on groups of 10. The single unit ones like this, if they make group of 10, they will look like this. One rod of 10, one group of 10. Now when you take 10 tens like this, 10 groups of tens, the 10 groups of tens will make 100. This is 100. What is this block? 100. Now when you take 10 100s, the 10 100s will make 1000. So these single blocks are used for ones. These blocks are used for groups of tens. And this block is used for hundreds. That one is used for 1000. We also learned that we can write the big numbers using the place value chart. We will start from ones, then tens and hundreds. Start from right side to the left side. So very quickly, how many ones do we have on this picture? We have 8 ones. How many tens do we have? How many groups of tens do we have? We have 7. And how many groups of hundreds do we have? We have 5. So what's the final number showing this picture? For this picture, it is 578. That was the previous lesson. Today's lesson will be about writing the numbers. We write the numbers in 3 different forms. The first form is called expanded form. How do we make the expanded form? Expanded form is actually the way of writing the numbers by adding the values of each digit. Here we will separate hundreds, then we will separately add tens, and separately we will add ones. That is called expanded form. When you separate hundreds and tens and ones, and you add them together in addition sentence. So let's start with hundreds. How many hundreds do you have here? We have 300. This is how we write number 300. 3 and 0. How many tens do we have? We have 4 tens. That means it is 40. 4 tens we call 40. 4 and 1 0. And how many ones do we have? 7. So this is called expanded form. Expanded form is when you add separately hundreds and tens and ones. You will write them in the one big addition sentence. Here you have to revise at home the hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Please, hundreds are written with 2 zeros every time. Tens. This is 10. If you have 2 tens, we call it 20. 3 tens, we call it 30. 4 tens, we call it 40. 5 tens, we call it 50. 6 tens, 60. 7 tens, 70. 8 tens, 80. And 9 tens, 90. The tens have only 1 zeros. And here are ones. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are ones. Let's practice how we will do the expanded form. Do you understand what is the expanded form? It's an addition sentence that shows adding hundreds separately, tens separately, and ones separately. You add them together, but hundreds first, tens next, and ones will be the last. So, how many hundreds do we have? 400. How many tens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tens will be 80. And how many ones do we have? 4. That is the expanded form. What do we call this form? Expanded form. Expanded form is an addition sentence. It's a way of writing the numbers by adding the value of every number's digit. This is for hundreds. These are 8 tens or 80, and these are 4 ones, 4. Now, if I want to write it in a simple number, what will I do? I will copy 4 down, 8 down, 4 down, or it's like an addition sentence. 4 plus 0, 0, it's 4. 8 plus 0 is 8, and 4 copied. This will be the final number. This form of writing the number, we call it standard form. Standard form. Let's practice one more time. We have 100. How many tens do we have? 1, 2, 3 tens. What is 3 tens? What's the number for 3 tens? 30. Right. And how many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ones. What do we call this form? We call this form expanded form. Expanded form. It's when we add the value of each digit. 100 separately, 10 separately, and 1 separately. Now, I can write them down like this. 100, 30, and 6 under each other, and add them together. 0 plus 0 plus 6 equals 6. 0 plus 3 is 3, and 1 will be copied down. It will give me the final number, the number written in the standard form. That is another form, standard form. Let's practice one more time. Let's do expanded form. We do hundreds, tens, and ones separately in the addition sentence. How many hundreds do I have? 100. How many tens do I have? 1 10. That will be 10. And how many ones do I have? 5. Let's write them down under each other and add them. 0 plus 0 plus 5 equals 5. 0 plus 1 equals 1. And 1 with nothing equals just 1. That will be the final form of the expanded form of this number. It will be 115. This form is called standard form. Now, as you can see, I gave you here also a picture here. This is a standard form. When you have expanded form, you can take the first digits 3, 6, and 9, and you can form the standard form. This form of writing the number is called standard form. Here we have more standard forms. Let's read the number 452. 841, 624, 183, 260, 705. What do we call this kind of form of writing the number? Standard form. When you write down the number just like this form is called standard form. What is it called? Standard form. And the last way of writing the numbers, it's a word form, when you have to write the number in words. That's why in the first semester you studied how to write the words, the number words for ones, tens, and hundreds. Do you remember? Because that should help you now. So word form is just like this. Let's read it. 361, 522, 253, 689. This is the word form. Word form. So we have here the numbers. Now when you have a vacation, not vacation but no school, you can practice in your free time how to write the numbers for ones, for tens, and for teens and tens. These are teens. Sorry, not tens. These are teens because it says 14, 15. So you can practice at home how to spell and how to write the numbers just for extra practice, and for the future in grade 2 you will need it for sure. Okay, so one more time. The numbers can be written in 3 different forms. They can be written in expanded form, standard form, and word form. Which 3 forms? Expanded, standard, word form. Look at the place value blocks on the top. Let's do the expanded form. Remember the expanded form? When you write in an addition sentence separately digits for hundreds, tens, and ones. That is called expanded form. Let's do it. How many hundreds do you have? 2. How many tens do you have? 1, 2, 3. 3 tens, it's 30. How many ones do you have? 5. This is expanded form, when we separate hundreds, tens, and ones in an addition sentence. Now, what's the standard form? When you take the first digit from 200, you will take 2. From 30, you will take 3. And from 5, you will copy 5. You will have expanded form. 2, 3, 5. How do we read this word? 235. Let's see, how do we write it? 235. This is the word form. So we write the numbers in 3 different forms: expanded form, standard form, and word form. Did you understand? Let's continue in our math textbook in the second PowerPoint.